polymorphism, this word literally means multiple forms. So in Java, polymorphism is a concept where a method can take multiple forms once it has been declared. For instance, we have a method xyz, and in another class, or probably in the same class, we are creating another method named xyz, but this will take some parameters for it. So now in this class we have two methods called as xyz. Both of these methods are different as they have a different implementation. Hence, in our main class, when we are trying to call out a particular method, so if we are calling the method xyz without passing any parameters, then the method that doesn't have the parameter, that is xyz, that will be called. Whereas in the main class, if we are calling for a method and passing some relevant parameters to it, in that case the parameterized method xyz will be called. So we can see that there are two methods of the same name but having slightly different signatures, and depending on what the user is calling or what the user is referring to in the main class or in another class, that particular method or class shall be called upon. So there are two concepts in a polymorphism, that is method overloading, and there is another called as method overriding. So method overriding is a concept where there are two classes and for instance, a class B is a child class of class A. So both of these classes have a method called as xyz, and once we are creating an object from the class B and calling out a method from it, in that case the method from the class B will be called instead of class A. Whereas in method overloading, in the same class we have multiple methods of the same name, but they might have different parameters or they might have different sequence of parameters attached to it. So once a method with a relevant sequence of parameters is passed, only that method will be called from where it has been declared.